Here you are. It's the Tessa-Marie show, and it's Wednesday. It's 7 p.m. I have been hopping all over the place today. It was a marvelous day. So let everybody know that I am coming on. So we get a few of our friends dropping in to see us today. It's an amazing afternoon. We're going to have some fun on all the things we do. And let's see how it goes. Let's take it a little further this afternoon and let's see what we can do with it. So here we go. Yes, hello. You see, I was doing what you told me to do. Anyway, so here you are. Welcome to the Tessa-Marie show. It's Wednesday, 7 p.m. And here we are going to have a really good conversation tonight about empowerment. So let me hear what you have to say as you're coming in. Empowerment. So what do you think of the word? And ask questions about it. How do you empower people? What benefit is to you when you empower someone? When do you ask for that ability to empower others to do well? So this is one of the things you do if you want to succeed, is to bring others into the limelight. Let them have a chance. Step aside. Give them another opportunity to do that. So to empower others, like you're saying, Donato, you have to decide. You have to say what it is I can offer the world today. What it is I can offer this person today. I'm a little bit different. I start my morning asking that question. And this is what I advocate for everybody to do. Ask, who can I empower today? Who can I push a little further today? Who I can tell it's okay to be themselves today? And that's one of the things that is really important to do. Empowerment, when you look at the word, you see EM and empower. It's like when you look at the meaning, it says you give the person the right to do something. It does not say that you empower them to do anything that's not good. You give them the right to go to do something for themselves. You give them the right to take over and control. You give them the right to run the business while you do something else. Empowerment is a form of giving somebody a power of attorney. Because when you give somebody a power of attorney, that person acts like you. So when you empower someone to be just like you, it is fabulous. You tell that person, you know what? This is what I did. This is how I did it. Now I'm giving you the choice to do it too. I'm giving you the choice to go do what I do every day. And that can strengthen somebody. And that can also make them feel better for themselves. They will say, okay, so there is trust in me. That person has confidence in me. And they have given me the right to go and be like them. They said, it's okay to emulate me. It's okay to try to do better than I did yesterday. And that is what empowerment is. And we should never, ever keep away from empowering somebody else to do better than they did yesterday. Or to give them the opportunity to try to be better than yesterday. To give them the opportunity to say, you know what? So and so, Donato has faith in me. Joan has faith in me. Somebody else has faith in me. And they told me I could do it. And that is what is important. They're telling you, oh yeah, I can do what I know I can do. Now there's somebody behind me that's backing me up. So empowerment is giving that person the right to do what they think they can do, or the right for you to help them get to where they want to go. As I said, I always look at the word empowerment as a power of attorney. When you give somebody a power of attorney for property, or even on your life, if you cannot do it, you're telling that person you can be me. So you can act like me. You can buy and sell property in my name. You can take my money and do the things you want for my benefit. And then they have a right to be like you. But what happens when you take that power of attorney and you give it to that person? What happens? What do you think happens to that person? You have a trust in them. They feel really good. Hi, Yoko. When you get that power of attorney from somebody, and this person is saying, I have confidence in Yoko, I have confidence in Dawn, and I have confidence in these three people that are on my show right now, Donato, Dawn, and Yoko. They're forever in my corner. I have confidence in them. I'm going to empower them to take care of me. I'm going to give them my power of attorney. I'm going to let them decide what to do for my benefit. That is how power of attorney, it's a powerful thing. So when you empower somebody, when you tell that person that is weak, that does not have the belief in themselves or is not able to function as high as they can, and you say, you know what, it's okay though. You can do better than that. You can fix it. I know I can trust you. You will get there. And that is what the power of attorney does for somebody. And that's what an empowering somebody does. Like this week, we had Maggie. She was a young girl from Florida who came and joined Movement Makers. And when she came in to join Movement Makers, she didn't have the confidence. So I said to her, I will teach you. I'll do a dry run with you. I'm going to empower you. And she said, really? I said, yeah, you get on and I'll come on with you. So first I went on, I showed her how to do it. Then she came on and she went on and she brought me in. And she was so exciting. She was so happy because, hi Susie, because I gave her the power. So I gave her the power for her to do what she wanted to do by encouraging her. I said, okay, I will do your first live with you. So she practiced one day, and then the next day she came on. She was so beautiful. She dressed herself. She looked nice. She was poised. She was ready. She had a story to tell. She talked well about it. Then she said what she wanted to do. So I empowered her. But the question I'm asking all of you today, who did you empower today? I know Susie and I were on a live. It was a live of a lifetime. And then this young lady came on and whoa. So what did we do today with her? What happened, Susie? You can tell. She was given the opportunity to come in and speak, and I guess she spoke. So we empowered her. Now, we cannot judge what happened, but we know we gave her the opportunity to express her feelings and her thing. That is what empowerment is about. So what I want all of us to do is to remember who you want to empower today. Sometimes the person you want to empower is not the person that you think you're going to empower. Sometimes you're talking and you realize, no, it's not you that needs the empowerment, it's so and so who needs the empowerment. So every day, as I said, part of my prayer, because Susie and I talked about prayer today and the power of prayer. And when we pray, at the end of our prayer, we're talking about people praying and not waiting to hear. And people are praying and they're not asking what you want me to do today. They're not asking that magnificent super being that is God, what you want from me. You know, man, I am here. Tell me, teach me. In our church, the voice is not, I have a speaking voice, not a singing voice. My dad told me don't sing. He said you'll starve. So I agree with him. It goes here I am, Lord. It is I, Lord. I've heard you calling in the night. I will go, Lord, if you show me. I will hold your children in my arms. That's a song we say at church, in the Catholic Church, but I know it's in other denominations also. So that is where you and I can practice that, not only saying it in church. We go to church, we say that, and we don't go back out there and say that. We are in church, and we sing, and the voices are going, and I'm just smiling because I can't sing. And then, after I learn the words, I hear it all the time. So I use it as a word in my prayer. I say, here I am, Lord. Who you want me to empower today? That is the last thing I say to my God. So I ask him every morning, who do you want me to empower today? And if it happens to be you, when you come to the morning blessing or when you come to the live, the point is you got your empowerment. And that's what our job is. Who you're going to affect today, whose life you're going to give them the right to be like you. This is why I took it. And I said, the power of attorney, you give me the power to be you. That is the power of attorney. So every morning, guys, when I ask God, I say, Father, Lord, show me who you want me to empower today. I am asking him to give me the right to be his power of attorney. That's what I'm asking for, nothing else. And each of us can ask that. It's not a long prayer. After meditation, while you're walking, when you're in the kitchen, while you're eating, while you're talking to somebody on the phone, you can still say, Father God, who should I empower today? Because he said you have the privilege, I created you in the image and likeness of me, so therefore you have the right to be empowered to do anything he can do. That's his word. So you have it. You ask for it, you're going to get it. So he gave me the power of attorney today, and I decided I wanted to empower somebody every day. And sometimes it comes from the least unexpected places. You talk to somebody and you realize, oh my goodness, I'm preaching. But it's not that you're preaching. It's because you asked for that gift. You asked to teach somebody today how to do better. So what I want you guys to tell me, who did you empower today? What did Susie say? Yes, and you said it's what I want for my highest good. At the end of it, that is another thing that people forget, I had that, Susie, that thing is big for me. People don't, after they ask for all these things they want, they go to God and they go, give me, Father, give me. And if he doesn't give them today, they come back tomorrow and they're still asking for the same thing. And all he does is give because you ask. And this woman was talking to me, and she was telling me, myself and my daughter were talking, why did God give us all of this if he knew we wouldn't be going to this country where we come from to live there? And I said, God signed the check. God chased down the lawyer. God jumped into and forced the sale of this property to you because you didn't want others to get it. That was God's work. Well, we prayed. I said, but did you ask him if it was for you? I said, did you ask him whether it was for your highest good? Well, we prayed. I said, no, but you have free will, so you have a choice. You could have asked him, Father, this is what I desire. But is this for my highest good? So every prayer has to end with that. Even to ask God to empower you. Hi, Debbie. Even asking God to empower you to do something, to empower somebody today. That at the end, you have to say, Father God, is that for my highest good? Because he might have a bigger and a better plan for you. So when you empower somebody, you're actually taking the position that God gave you, the power of attorney to act on his behalf. If you give somebody a power of attorney for property, they can buy and sell with your money. If you give them what they call a living will, they decide whether you live or die. It's still a power of attorney. It is called a power of attorney for health. So that person has a choice to feed you or not to feed you, to pull the plug or not to pull the plug. So you are acting in the place of God in a sense with both of these documents in your hand, and we take it so lightly. Yet we have that gift. Every morning to ask the question, who do you want me to empower today? And then if you have a request at the end, you say, and Father, this is what I desire. That is what I would prefer to have in my life. These are all the 129,000 requests we have every day. And then you say, I ask for that, but is this for my highest good? It took me like 20 minutes to explain to this woman, you have free will. I said, I asked, did God hire the lawyer? No. I said, well, why are you blaming him? And saying, why did he give it to you if he knew you weren't going to be able to use it? And I said, somehow, someway, he was in the mix of that, right? When he said to you, ask and you shall receive, seek and you shall find. He never said to you, you can only ask for bread and not ask for anything else. Anything you ask, if you believe, you will get it. So when we ask to empower us, to empower somebody else, when we believe we are there to serve, when we believe we have something to offer others, when I believe as I do, I can come here and I can look at a word like empower and I can take it and get a message out of it for you. That is because I believe I have something to say. I have a right to serve. I must serve. What I know, I must share. I must encourage you to do better than you did yesterday, just as I encourage myself to do better today. So empowering someone is following what you're meant to be. You're meant to serve others. You're meant to help them cross the rough river that you have crossed. And that is what is important. So it's interesting. I would like to know from you guys here tonight, what have you done today to cross the river, help somebody cross that raging river. I'm always stuck on the raging river because there's two banks to the river. One bank you need to go to, and one bank where you're stuck with that person who can't swim. What are you going to do? Leave them there? Or are you going to put them on your back, empower them, and say, paddle your feet and we will get across the river? So tell me what you have done today for somebody, if you have. So let me see what you're saying. Nobody's writing tonight. Everybody's leaving me on my own. And so let me see, ladies, come on, help me out here, Donato and Yoko. I'm sending you back home to Dominica. Why? You can never, and you spelled it wrong, so you're not going to, I will not be going to that place. Whatever that D-O-M-E-N, that is not how Dominica is spelled, so learn it. Debbie, spell it for him. Let him know how it is spelled. And you're not sending me back home. I have a $15 Canadian. That's what I paid for my citizenship in those days. So there you go. Anyway, so while we had this conversation of empowerment, I'm waiting for Donato to say something. Yoko, who did you empower today? I know you had a live this morning. So tell me who you empower, who you met. Debbie doesn't know that, but she was in High Park this morning, and she took pictures of the apple blossom, and I forgot the name of that plant. And you posted it on Facebook, and I saw it, and you know me and flowers. It was so beautiful. So you empowered me to enjoy it, and I'm sure others saw it because you brought it to my attention. You gave me a right to see those beautiful flowers. And that is a form of empowerment. Empowerment is telling somebody this is happening. Empowerment is telling somebody who does not watch the news that we are in a lockdown for 4 more weeks in Ontario. So we have a stay-at-home order. So that if I tell you and you can rush out tonight and buy something before the stores are limited, then I have empowered you to get what you want. So empowerment is not only praying and teaching somebody, sometimes it's informing them. This is not working, this is not good, don't go there, don't try this. So here I am waiting for somebody to give me something to go with, and everybody's asleep at the wheel tonight. What do you guys want me to do? Jump up and down to get you guys into action? I did that last night with Zan, and you know how that went. The man was exhausted today. So all I want from you is to tell me how you empowered today. I know how I empowered today. I talked with Tiggy and Susie, we shared. Other people came on and we shared with them. I was on a live with Zan and Evan because I just happened to drop in. And people were asking questions and we answered the questions, and that was a form of empowerment. We gave them the information we knew, so we gave them a chance to learn something they didn't know. And that's what we do every day. That is the thing we do every day. Whether we are giving them good information or we're sending them on a wild goose chase, empowerment, we can control how we do it. So when you empower somebody, you feel better. Susie said something today about the cup have to be filled, and that is why you need respite. And you cannot go, like I don't do anything on Saturday and Sunday. I just really just veg. And that is when I get it. I like Monday to Friday to go at 90 miles an hour. It's great for me. Saturday and Sunday, families come in and your sisters and all these long distance calls and stuff. So this is my chilling day. So that's when I go back in to replenish myself. And that is empowering myself to choose to have 2 days. So Susie spoke about that today when we were doing this live. And I know she was off for a while. And I complimented her. I said, you look really nice. And she said, well, that's what I did. I took time off so I can reboot myself. And she talked now about empowering herself. So what we have to remember, each and every day, we have a choice. We always have a choice. And I know it's hard to hear me say that you have a choice, but you do have a choice. You do have a choice to choose what you're going to do today, and not blaming God for your choices that you didn't ask whether it was for your best, and not blaming somebody for your choices you're making based on the past. You're empowering yourself like you empower somebody. You take a little bit of what is in your cup and you share. So by doing this, I can now go back and get some more to put into my cup to keep the cup going. Because every time I come to bring you a golden nugget, that black pearl and that rare diamond, is because I am taking it from my cup. I'm taking it from my cup of wisdom. I'm taking it from my cup of experience. I'm taking it from my cup of observation. And that is one of my greatest talents and gift, is the ability to observe. Debbie is there. She's been on vacation with the Shillingford gang. So she knows one of the things I do is observe. I watch, I smile, and when I cannot do anything else, I bring the glass to my lips and I keep it there and I observe. So my greatest gift is I listen, but I love observing. I love watching people's actions, the way they use their hands, the way they speak, the inflection in their voices. And that is one of the things, that's how I learn. I absorb from others by observing how they're doing. So what is your learning technique? How do you learn? There is always something to learn that will empower you for your next time. Always remember that. The person is not less than you, or the person has less years or experience than you, that you mean you cannot learn from them. They're always, like my father called them, very good bad examples. They're examples of how you should not behave, and that is learning. And that is empowering yourself for future situations. So you've gone somewhere, you see how somebody behaves, and you observe it, and you scan it with your eye, and you file it. When you're faced to be in that same situation, you have a point of reference. This is not how I behave. This is not the time to pick my nose. This is not the time to clean my ears. This is not the time to do something, scratch my face or my head. No. Because you saw it and you saw how it looked. So that person's action gave you empowerment for your future. So empowerment doesn't always have to see the good things. The good things, of course, is what we look for. But if we learn from somebody something that they're doing, we know that shouldn't be done, and we have no right to tell them, we cannot judge them, but we know that is something we don't like for ourselves. What do? We file it for reference. We file it and we use it for reference. And we can teach it, empower a younger person, a child, not to do that. That is empowerment. So empowerment, as I said, does not only mean you tell them, oh, you can do it, you can get over this. No. Empowerment is giving the person the right to be like you, whether it's the good you or the bad habits of yours. Empowerment is a power of attorney. That person can say, I learned it from Tessa-Marie. I gave her the right to learn this from me, and that is empowerment. Or the other one can say, I learned this from Tessa-Marie and I hope I never behave like she did. Empowerment. No, she has something to go with. So each day, when you start your day, whether you are a person who prays as much as I do, then it doesn't matter. Whether you pray for 2 minutes. The thing is to acknowledge there is bigger and greater than you, and that is your God. If you don't have it and you believe in the universe and everything else, then knock yourself out. It's still something you believe in. And your job is to make sure that you use that to get there, and make sure that you use that time in that moment while you're in this kitchen sink. There is a book that we read during Lent, and it's really the Stations of the Cross. And in that book, the priest who wrote it said, your altar is wherever you are. So your altar can be in your car. Your altar is in the shower. It's in any part of your house. It can be while you're walking on the street. Wherever you are is where you pray. That is your altar. That is where you go and you sit and you pray and you send that gift out there to God. And you say to him, this is what I am desire. This is what I want. So you don't have to sit and pray. But while you're doing that, as you're washing the dishes, you can say, and you know, this or something better. I don't know what your plans are. This is what I feel I want. Is it for my highest good? then stop. A younger specimen in my family, my youngest brother Milton, he told me once, people who pray incessantly for the same thing, eventually that prayer becomes begging. And he said, there's nowhere in the Bible that Jesus said you had to beg. He said, when you pray, you should stand on the belief that you have asked and you shall receive. But you also have to believe and say that statement, is this for my highest good? And then we'll stop. From then, you give praise and gratitude and gratefulness for the gift you're going to receive. If you don't receive it this way, you might receive it another way. But it always comes bearing an answer. And that is what you have to do. That is what empowerment is. We have a choice. God gave us the choice. He empowered us with the ability to come to Him and pray. He empowers us to ask for whatever we want. And then we in turn have to teach those that come around us or those we feel that need us and empower them that way. Give them the right to be us. Give them the right to act as a power of attorney. They have the same power as us to benefit themselves better. And this is my empowerment message at the Tessa-Marie show. I hope you got you got something from it. Although you guys did not help me tonight, that's okay though. And let me see, Susie was sending it. Only Donato will say that. It's not sending me home. I did IG Live to help someone needs good habits. Of course, that is great. Oh, magnolia trees, Debbie. I'm sorry. 4 more weeks, yes, of lockdown. Choose happiness and abundance, Donato said. Hi, Nina. How are you? I didn't stop to look at you. How are you doing? So who did you empower today? None of these guys are talking tonight. I think they're tired. I know Susie had a long live. So I know she's tired. I don't know what Donato did all day. Debbie was walking in the park and Yoko was doing lives. So Nina, maybe you have something to share about who you empowered today. So let me know if you have anything you want to share. If not, have a wonderful evening. And if you're going to say something, this is the chance to say it so that I can let you know. Choose happiness and abundance from the great Donato. And then Yoko said she thought she did something today with somebody, and that was really nice. To help someone needs good habit. Of course it is. That is always good when you do something to help them. Magnolia trees, I'll never forget that. We used to have one at one of the other houses, and it's really pretty. But it makes a mess. That's the only thing. There's a big mess of magnolias. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the visit tonight. I hope you were able to catch a little nugget or a black pearl or an awesome Canadian diamond, and hope you enjoyed it. So let me know how you feel. Put a little message in the DM and let me know what you got. We had a very busy day today, and the weather is getting better. So I guess very soon we'll be doing our lives outside or morning blessing in the garden, and it's really beautiful there. So I hope those of you who've never seen the garden will get a chance to see it in the daytime. And well, it's sunny setting later. Last year we did some at night, and they were also fun. So sending you light and joy. Have a wonderful evening, and drop in again to see if you can get a nugget, a pearl, or a pink diamond. So bye. We're going to lockdown. Well, that doesn't. I'll still see you, but we just cannot go gallivanting. We can walk, but we're limited. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It looks like I've been locked down for more than a year. So I'll just do the same thing I always do as many lives as I can. I'm getting bold and brazen. I'm doing them in the middle of the day just because I can. So what I'm looking to do with my second 100 video is to improve my content, improve my delivery. I have to talk to Debbie about that, and make sure that I'm reaching you and I'm giving you that sweet spot and I'm touching it. So that when you get the message is touching you exactly where it should be. And this is what I ask every day. This is what I ask God every day. I always say to Him, every day. Give me the words so that when I go out there, it touches somebody. I help one person. As long as I touch one person, I feel as if I've done what I'm supposed to do. And if I touch two, then that is a bonus. So sending you light and joy, and I hope you got something, and I'm looking tomorrow to enjoy the day with you. Have a good evening, everybody. Thanks for coming, Debbie, Susie, Yoko, Nina, and Mr. Donato. And Dawn was on earlier, but I know she has to get into bed early. She wakes up at 4, and she's from Knoxville. Tomorrow, I am doing a workshop with Dawn and her students. It's going to be on something called Teams. So I'm looking forward to that. It's at 9:30, and I'm so excited. So anyway, talk to you guys later, and have a wonderful evening. Bye.